Hey, we are talking with Timothy Thrasher here. He is the owner and founder of Centsable Inspections here in Alabama. And just wanted to have a quick conversation with you, Tim, and talk a little bit about your business and how it started and the safety precautions, safety measures that you're taking. When did your business start? What year did it start?
We started in 2019, and actually we started in 2018, got licensed in 2019, and started inspections then. Um, but we've been in business a little over a year, doing home inspections and commercial real estate inspections, uh, to the point that I'm one of two people in the state of Alabama certified to do commercial real estate. Uh,
Wow.
there's only two of us certified through InterNACHI, and I'm one of them. The other guy's in Montgomery. Uh, and I hold 48 certifications through InterNACHI. I have over 300 accredited hours of education through InterNACHI. Um, and the education through InterNACHI is the same as going to a college in building science. They've actually are approved by the federal government, and we do have an EDU logo right behind the education side. So it's the same as I went to college classes to take these classes. It's not like
Nice.
some of the courses that you take online that just says you know the material. It's actually certified education. Um,
Wow.
so
Love
we,
it.
as a company, I push everything beyond the limit because of the fact that I want to provide a service that everybody else doesn't. I
Yeah.
named the company Centsable Inspections because I wanted the client to feel at ease with buying probably the largest purchase they ever make in their life. I wanted to provide a service at a sensible cost because some of these guys charge outrageous numbers. And I wanted
Mhm.
to be able to not only provide a service, educate my clients as to what they're buying and how they're buying so that they know how to take care of this very large investment that they're making. Um, and how I got started in it, I was flipping houses. I was buying houses, remodeling them, and reselling them. And I kept getting inspectors that just didn't seem to me like they knew what they were doing. And I thought, well, if they can do this, I can do this. And then I
Yeah.
took 10 steps further than them and
Yep.
still adding. Every day that if I have more than 4 hours free, I'm sitting with a laptop, iPad, or phone in my hand taking the next course, constantly adding education.
Yes. Yeah. If somebody were to visit your website, sensibleinspections.com, spelled CENTS, sensible, um, they can, right there on the home page, they can see all of the badges, all the certifications that you have. I mean, it's extensive. That might be more than anybody in the state of Alabama. You're probably in the top, I don't know, 1 to 3% in the United States, is my guess.
I'm
And
trying.
yeah, so yeah, people are certainly getting above and beyond service, uh, when they work with you. And you said you're working on the next certification you're working on is the ICC.
Yes, the next thing that I will be adding is the International Code Council certification, meaning that I would be a code inspector as well as a, just a normal home inspector. I can go in, I will be able to go in and do code inspections for electrical, plumbing, building, the whole 9 yards. Uh,
Wow.
that that way, when we get into areas like Blount County, Monroe County, some of these counties that don't have code inspectors, I will be able to go in and do their inspections for them so that they can get their mortgages completed.
Wow. Fantastic. It's fantastic. So speaking of areas, you're in Alabama and you say you serve state line to state line. So you'll serve all of Alabama?
Well, I from Montgomery to Huntsville, and then from
Okay.
Georgia to Mississippi. So the whole upper half of Alabama
Okay.
is
Perfect.
my area.
All
Uh,
right.
Because yeah, I was a truck driver for 23 years. So a 2 hour drive to me is like going to get lunch. So I just really
Yeah.
don't. it doesn't bother me at all.
Sure. Well, that's great. That means that more people in the state have access to your superior services. So,
Exactly. Thank you.
for safety measures, what are you doing in order to keep people safe, your employees safe, and the people that whose homes you're inspecting?
Well, InterNACHI, as soon as the COVID-19 come about, InterNACHI put together a course to teach us the proper methods of doing a home inspection to keep us safe and keep our clients safe, the people that own the house safe. And I was one of the first people to take that course. It was an 11-hour accredited course to take. And
Wow.
in that course, it taught us that, we wear gloves, disposable gloves for every inspection. We wear face masks for every inspection, so that we've got all the proper PPE on. We go through buckets of hand sanitizer throughout the day. I usually do 2 to 3 inspections a day. So we sanitize before we go in, we sanitize before we come out, or when we come out. All of our tools are wiped down after every single inspection with Clorox wipes, just to make sure that we're killing everything that we can. We do not want to cross-contaminate. When we walk inside the home, we were wearing booties to protect not only from the COVID-19 virus or any other virus, but just to keep from bringing mud, dirt, trash into the people's homes and, tracking up their carpet and messing up their hardwood floors and things of that nature.
Yep.
We do our best to not only appease our clients and make them feel secure in the property that they're buying, but we want to take care of the property for the seller as well, so that the seller doesn't have a fear of me coming in and breaking out a knife and cutting everything up, which has happened. I've seen it. An inspector will go in and, oh, that looks like wood rot on the windowsill, and start chiseling their windowsill out. And a general home inspection is a visual only inspection. We're not sent there to start tearing things up.
Okay.
We're there to note, not destroy. So we take a lot of pride in our work. We take a lot of precautions in our work, and when the inspection is done, we like to feel that we've done a good job. Our clients are satisfied. Our clients are happy. Speaking of our inspections, when we do the inspection, from the time I walk out the door and crank my truck, the inspection is already in the client's hand and the realtor's hand, usually within 15 minutes of me being done. And that inspection report entails usually somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 pages and about 300 pictures. So even if you were not there for the inspection, you see everything I see while I'm doing the inspection. You know everything I've looked at.
That's incredible. That's a service that not many inspectors can provide.
Exactly.
What's the average turnaround on getting the report?
24 to 48 hours.
Okay. Wow.
And the average report is somewhere around 40 to 60 pages, might have 30 pictures in it, is the average from what I understand from realtors.
Oh, wow.
I take everything to the extreme, because I want you to know, if I was inspecting a house for you, I want you to know what I've looked at, how I checked it, the thermal temperatures on your hot water, the thermal temperatures on your refrigerator, pictures of your stove actually in operation, the tester being used in all of the outlets so that you know that they are wired correctly and working. I take the dead fronts off of every electrical panel so that I can inspect the wiring and make sure it's wired correctly, and make sure that it is an up-to-date breaker box that is not going to be a danger down the road. I go above and beyond in a lot of things that I do, just because I look at it like I'm inspecting a house for one of my children every single time. And I
Yeah.
remind myself of that so that I do the same type of job for every single person I inspect for.
Mhm. Yep. That is a great mindset to have. Very important.
Thank you.
And so you're a veteran owned company, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Uh,
so veteran owned.
yes, sir. I was in the United States Navy
Mhm,
back during Desert Shield and Desert Storm.
mhm.
I was in for 4 years and went through 3 wars. It was time to come home. I was
Yes.
a
Wow.
little bit wore down after that, uh, but proud of my veteran service and proud of the
Mhm.
Navy. I really enjoyed those times for the ones that were enjoyable. Some weren't
Sure.
so enjoyable, but
Yeah.
great camaraderie with some lifelong friends and brothers.
Well, your discipline shows, and yes, of course, yeah, the friendship that you have, and I just, from here, I admire your discipline and your the mindset and going above and beyond. That's it's a rare trait these days. So
I
thank
appreciate
you,
it. Thank you.
thank you for your service in the military and your service right here at
Uh,
home.
I do
So,
appreciate it. We strive to be one step ahead of everybody else and to do a better job. That's where the play in words came in the name. We wanted
mhm.
it to be a sensible inspection, but we wanted it to be a money saving thing as well.
Yep,
Um, and that's
right.
where the CENTS come in.
Yeah.
Just so that people realize that because the first thing they say is, well, why is it so high? Because your average inspection for a 1,500 square foot house is $300, and then it goes up the bigger the house is. So
Mhm,
if you're buying a 5,000 square foot house, you're looking at close to $500-600, and then
mhm,
throw in a pool inspection, that's another 150. If you throw in a mold inspection, that's another 200.
mhm,
So it a 3,000, 4,000 square foot house could easily hit $800-900 real quick. And
mhm.
uh, but I try to do discounts as much as I can. Matter of fact, any veteran, first responder, nurses, uh, any of our real heroes, and I classify them all as heroes. They all get $50 off their inspection just by telling me that's who they are. If you're a first-time home buyer, you get $50 off. If you're working with a realtor and I've never worked with that realtor before, you get $50 off. Because I'm so confident that once that realtor sees my report and sees what I offer, that they'll turn around and refer me again and again and again. Uh,
Good.
so I try to offer as many discounts as I possibly can. As a matter of fact, we're doing a COVID-19 discount right now. Doesn't matter who you are, you get $50 off the inspection just because of the way the world's working right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So,
great.
so we try to help in any way that we possibly can.
Yeah. Well, that's much appreciated. And especially nowadays with people's wallets getting tighter and tighter. Um, the real estate market is still it's going pretty strong.
It is.
It's always been kind of a luxury, but it's also very much a necessity. And so yeah, the necessity bit, especially at least here in Huntsville, is going strong. And but I think you said earlier people are just kind of scared to be around other people right now, which makes sense. I mean, we're trying to protect everybody from COVID-19. So
Exactly.
so yeah, anything we can do to help is what we need to do. It's kind of our responsibility. So
It is. We do have to look after other people and ourselves, and try to make sure that everybody stays as safe as possible, especially in these times. Uh,
mhm.
I'm 53 years old. I've never seen anything like this. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, the last time we've had anything close to this was in 1918. There's nobody hardly alive that was alive during that, and
Right.
so, it's uh, it, it's it's we're walking on ground that none of us have ever seen. So it's
Hmm.
all new to everybody. And
Yep.
so, trying to maintain not only the small local businesses, maintain the relationships and talk to people. And just like right now, instead of me and you sitting down together, we're doing this through Skype.
Yep.
And it's just the way things are happening now. So
Hmm.
and eventually, maybe things will, but until then, we're going to take every precaution to take care of the people that we come in contact with, our clients, and the people whose houses that are being bought.
Hmm. Good. So, is there anything else you'd like to say in closing? Anything to the community or anything? Any thoughts?
Well, yeah, one thing I would like to say, that we've discussed the fact that these are unparalleled times. Nobody has ever been through it. And, being a God fearing man and a Christian, uh, I just put everything in God's hands and let Him handle, and take care of everything and take care of our needs. And every day I'm reminded of a scripture in Matthew where in this scripture it's talking about God takes care of the sparrow even in the winter, and if he'll take care of that one tiny bird, He'll take care of you. And we just
Mm,
have to have faith. And I live my days day to day with the faith that God is going to take care of me and my family and uh, take care of all of our needs. And I've been blessed. He's done that every step of the way. So,
mhm.
it's in today's times you don't hear talk like that much, but it's much
Yeah.
needed. And
Yeah.
I try to share that with as many people as I can. You mentioned about we talked about all of my certifications and
Mhm.
all of that. When I first started this, one scripture kept coming to mind, and it was in First Timothy. Paul and Timothy were discussing the fact that he Timothy was not raised by a father or a grandfather.
Mhm.
So he was raised by his mother and his grandmother. And in the Jewish community, that education didn't count because it wasn't a rabbi that was passing it down. And Timothy was concerned, and he asked Paul, "What do I do so that people will understand and realize that I'm speaking truth?" And Paul told him very simply, he said, "Study to show thyself approved." And that's why I have all of those certifications and all of that education, is because I have studied to show thyself approved. And I've built this whole business centered around God and centered around the fact that uh, I'm trying to work in the community and take care of people in the community.
Mhm. Fantastic. Fantastic closing words. Those are great, great
Well,
thoughts. Mhm. Excuse me. It was nice talking with you, and I hope you have a great day and talk to you soon.
thank you very much. Nice
You
meeting
bet.
you.
You too, Tim.